Hey guys, I wanted to show you the most exciting thing that I bought this week. Milky Pens are back. They are back. So any of you 90s kids who love Milky Lunar pens, they are back. This on the right is a 1990s style. So they look different. Well, thank you, Lado, my friend on Instagram, who does illustrations, for telling me about these. I was so excited to get them, and I will link them below. But I wanted to show you what they look like, and I'll open them up in a minute. But yeah, it's got the vintage looking Milky logo, and there are some sparkle ones, and these are probably as close as you're going to find these days to the 1990s color exchanger pens that were by Zebra. These are by Pentel. The sparkle pops, they look different on dark versus light paper, and I'll swatch them out in a second. And I want to show you my current purse journal. This is a journal. It's a Game Boy. It's a journal. I've had this a while, but it is finally back in stock, so I wanted another one because I'm addicted, but check it out. It does the actual video game. I finally beat this Super Mario 3, I guess it was, a few years ago. It took me like 20 years too. My cousin beat it easily, and I never could beat the tigers, but the bouncing tigers or whatever they are. The paper's okay. It's a soft cover, but it's cheaper than it was when I got it, so I just wanted to. And I'm going to show you my other this is a 1990s journal. They don't make these again, but this is with the fun black paper. I thought I would color swatch these pens on, and I'm going to show you the SuperMarble pens too. So I'll swatch them out. I'll swatch them out now. Okay, so here we are going to do a pen unboxing. I've never done an unboxing video before, so expect it to be a fail. But I just could not believe that they make these again. I've seriously been emailing the company like probably every other 90s kid for a few years and being like, please bring them back. So when they finally did, and I found out that they brought them back, I couldn't resist. They're not the cheapest things in the world, but nostalgia can be expensive sometimes. That was not how everyone else has unboxing, but it's got this Milky vintage kind of design here. I know this is like the worst unboxing ever, but that's okay. Here is what the pen looks like. This is the modern one. This right here is the 1990s one that had the cute stars and moons on it. So they definitely look different. And I like the 90s one better. I like everything 90s better. But the modern ones look like the Sunburst pens and the RSV pens. It's the same kind of thicker pen barrel. I'll show you them together. The modern one has the comfort grip. And these are supposedly a limited edition. I'm actually having a really hard time finding if they're limited edition or not. But I've heard the SuperMarbles are. The SuperMarble pens, like these, are getting really hard to find. I'm obsessed with SuperMarble pens. They made them in the 90s, and then they discontinued them for about a decade. This is my Lisa Frank's vintage pencil case. And this is legit. The pens that I have, SuperMarble pens I have left, I was so paranoid that they were going to discontinue them forever again that I've stocked up. And I've used, since they came back out in summer 2006, I guess it was 2016? Oh yeah, it's 2016. I'm old. Since these came back out in 2016 in the summer, I've used probably 50 already. I love them. They're really fun. It takes a few pages to get through the plain color before it'll marble out, but once you do, it's definitely worth it. And these are getting really hard to find. I'll link where I get them below. Someone asked where you can find them, and they don't have them at Walmart or Office Depot or my usual sources. There's only one spot, and I'll link those below, unless you buy it direct from the pen company. It's kind of cheaper not to. sorry pen company. But the 90s ones also had kind of a rounder barrel that was much easier to see. The swirled ink inside, and they had cute little designs on the pen cape and on the pen cap. So I definitely like the 90s style of everything better. And they had 6 varieties of SuperMarble in the 6 different color sets, and now they have 4. But let's get to swatching, shall we? I know I'm just too excited. Okay, so here is the pen. It's got bubbles on it. I know my camera sucks, but it's because I spent too much on pens. I could not, these just really made my week. I was having a really long week, and when I heard these existed, it made my day. So I'll swatch out these and then on the light and dark paper, and I never do unboxing, so just bear with me, please. Okay, this actually writes really well. I guess I was expecting it to just to write kind of skippy and old. This 1990s one, it still writes, but this is the 1990s one. It occasionally skips. But look how cute the little stars and moons are on the 90s one. So I was kind of expecting, okay, the colors. Usually when my pens don't work, gently tap. You have to do it pretty gently, but on some of them, this one you can be a little bit rougher with. Let's see here. Yeah, it's cold. When it's colder in a room, it tends to make older gel pens skip more. So here's the difference. There's a very slight shade. You can kind of tell, but not much. They're still they're close enough to the same thing. I guess you can sort of see a bit of a color difference between the two. But yeah, the 90s ones, I like the exterior better, and I'm sure they worked better back then. But yeah, if you have old gel pens, if you keep them in a warmer room, it's probably mid 60s in here. If you keep it in a warmer room, or you warm up the cap, or you tap the end, you can get them writing for a while. But it's cold in here, and these have been stored for a long time. I've been saving these to use when I finally use this journal. So I'm going to show you. Did I put anything weird in here? Okay, good, I didn't. These are Jelly Roll pens that I did on here, but yeah. I bought this journal a few years ago, and I just felt like coloring it with. These are Jelly Roll Moonlight. So here is the modern Milky pens, and they're actually called, what are they called? Milky Pop. Instead of the label saying Milky Pen, they just say Milky Pop. It's got the cute things there, and okay, I'll swatch every color. I know this is a long video, but I'm just too excited. Okay, fail at life. Okay, this one's skipping a little bit. But it's cold in here, so I think that's really not the pen's fault. You warm up the tip, that helps, and tapping. This paper is also glossy, and that can make pens kind of clog up a bit. Okay, there, it's back to normal. It's a cute color. I'll work with these, and it'll be a smoother ordeal. It stands out nicely on the dark paper. The yellow on white paper, you might be able to see when you're writing, but I'm old and I really can't. I mean, I can see it, but I don't think I could read it. So I'd use these for coloring for the lighter colors. I'm excited to try the purple though. Here's the pen barrel, the bubbles, just kind of random. Yeah, it's really too cold in this room for pens to be happy. Usually once you work in pens, they're fine. This one works nice and inky. So I'm not gonna like this old paper. Yeah, these are fun colors. They definitely are richer on this black paper than a lot of cheaper pastels. That's a pretty color. Okay, yeah, this pen feels physically cold. Well, I just can't believe that these are back. That makes my day so much better. Here's what they look like. It's a medium tip. They're 0.08. And I was thinking about like how I could make this video if I could redo this and make it quicker, but I don't think I can. I'm just gonna go with it. So yeah, these are them. The 90s style are cute, but they don't make them. So they make the modern version. I guess I could show you white. So yeah, white, you can actually, well, the ink is still wet, so I was gonna say, You can sort of, I was going to see if it was thick enough to cover other colors. That's nice, and, well, it was nice until I said that. Yeah, this is a good, I think this will be a good white for dark colors. Some whites aren't, some white ink isn't thick enough to be rich, but here are those again. I know this video is kind of choppy. I'm not good at this crap, so I'm just excited about pens, and I hope you enjoy this. I hope you're glad to know that they're back. Here are the Sparkle Pop pens, which are probably as close as you can get to the color exchanger of the 90s. They look different on dark versus light paper. So this is a color exchanger from the 90s, and it's going to skip a lot because it's like 20 years old. And on here, yeah, the color exchanger, it'll take forever to dry. Of the old pens that I found from the 90s, the color exchangers were the hardest ones to get going again. I think it's just a different, unique type of ink. But let's try the modern ones. I love the stars on it. One of my childhood t-ball teams had a star mascot, so I have a thing for stars. I want to do this all like fancy, where people do like before they hit their cameras when they're trying to show you a pen box. No, where people like do all this and they're like, oh, ta-da! I can't even find my hand, and they sway it. But I'm not gonna be able to do that. Fail at life. I went to Toys R Us earlier, and it had all the liquidation sales. That stabbed my 1990s child heart a bit. So I wanted to make this happy 1990s or returning video. It's got little stars in the package. Here's the ink colors on light versus dark paper supposedly, and let's see what they look like. That's really glittery. I'll give it a minute to dry and then I'll swatch it. A little bit of glitter transfer if you rub it hard, but I could make a joke about that. I'm trying to keep this moderately non-dirty for first. That really looks the same to me. Oh yeah, the difference is pretty minor. Copper versus gold. It's a pretty color. Let's try some of those. Ooh, okay. Oh, that's neat. Okay, it's dark blue here, and it's like purpley blue. I'm not sure if you can see that it looks two-toned in this. That is really neat. I've actually never, that's really rare. That's pretty. I guess it's the, I don't know how they do that, never mind. Blue glitter, that's really neat. Okay, hopefully the others are like that. Okay, yeah, this one's a pretty pink, but it's not like that. The difference is just light versus dark pink, and that's pretty accurate. This is a nice hot pink, and this is a darker looking pink. And it doesn't have that kind of two-toned iridescence that the purple and blue one does. I mean, you can see two colors in that in person, and the blue and purple. So if you're gonna buy just one pen, I'd go for the that one. Go for the purple one that has a tint of blue. And that's a gorgeous color. Wow, look at that thing. Okay, it's kind of a dark blue under one light, and then you turn it sideways and it's got a kind of turquoise glitter. That is gorgeous. So I'm going to be using this on light paper because that's cooler. I'm going to come back to this journal one day and be like, what did I do to this page? But yeah, it looks like it should, I guess. Well, blue is supposed to be green. Let's see if it dries a little bit greener. It looks a little bit more green hued. I don't know. I just really love it on this paper. It's a pretty thick tip, so it dries pretty quick. That didn't actually Like it dried instantly, really. Let's try to, okay, not instantly. 1, 1000, 2, 1000. So about 3 seconds it should dry. 1, 1000, 2, 1003. Yeah, it takes a few seconds to dry, so it is really inky, but these two are gorgeous. So get yourself the blue and purple if you're going to get these, because they're really different colors that have the two-tone looking thing. I'm not sure, I hope you can see the two-tone in the video. Okay, that's just really neat. This is such a long video for pin swatching, but I'm just going to go with it. So here we have the container. Not the cheapest pens, but nostalgia. These two are gorgeous. I mean, if I was buying them separately, I'd just buy the blue and purple ones because they're two-tone looking. And check that out. Care Bears. And what is that? Eureka's Dragon? Actually can't entirely remember. Here's a Berenstein Bear. Yeah, my 1990s self needed some nostalgia after I went to Toys R Us and was closing. I never expected that to happen. It was a huge company. It was burdened with that in the 2005 buyout, and then yeah, it's closing. There is a man who is a billionaire toy maker that he's trying to save Toys R Us, and he's doing a Toys R Us GoFundMe. So he's trying to save it. I really hope he can at least save my store. The rest of them, meh. But I don't know. That would be really impressive if he can swing that. So these I bought most of these probably a year or two ago, since they were supposed to be limited edition, and now they're getting really hard to find. So I'm really glad I have them, but since they've been in storage for a year or two, it takes them a while to get going. So if you're going to use them, keep in mind, warm up the tip just by, well, actually, like, if you put this on your thigh, it works. It makes it warmer quicker. But yeah, these can take a while to get going again after you store them long term. It swirls and looks cooler with the older they get, and they kind of blend a bit more. So glad I picked a freezing night to do this, because the pens are chilly. But yeah, warm them up, stick them on your thigh if they've been in storage. I think most of these have probably been in my closet for almost 2 years, since summer 2016. But these are really getting hard to find. I mean, my usual sources. They used to be on Walmart online and Office Depot. Actually, Staples had them too, but they're all sold out on their websites. And yeah, my sources are getting scarcer. I was debating if I wanted to make this video, just because I don't want other people to buy them, because I want them all. But I don't want other people to miss out if you love these in the 90s and you hadn't heard that they're back. So that's why I'm making the video. These are new pins, so they're going to swirl out more as we go. I wish I had a better camera when I'm trying to show pin swatches. But they're just neat looking. It's not like a super rich. I mean, if you look close up, you can tell the swirls more. From a distance, it's not as noticeable. I have an entire video on rainbow swirl pins, this brand and the other brands that exist. So yeah, check that out. And it's just fun to not know exactly what your page is going to look like as you write. I'm trying to get it swirlier, and then I'll do an up close thing. But yeah, I'm planning on buying myself maybe another set or two, just so I have a full pencil case, just in case they get discontinued again. They made these in the 90s, and they stopped making them for over a decade, actually over 15 years. They came back out in summer 2016, and they're getting really hard to find. So I want to make sure I have enough, just in case they get discontinued forever this time. These are new, and once you work them in, you get more of a consistent swirl.